You know, I've been watching a lot of social media and stuff like that here lately, and noticed that a lot of people just can't wait to get out in their RV or their camper or go camping. So that made me wonder, what is it that we all love about the RVs or camping or just getting out so much? So I asked myself that same very question. What do I love about RVing so much that I just can't wait to get out there? So I think I'd like to answer that today, at least the best that I can from my heart on how I feel about it. But to do that, I think there's no better setting than going to a park right down the road from me and walk a boardwalk and talk about that, see some of the things around the park itself too. So let's go ahead and head on over there. So I've often wondered what it is inside of me that loves RVing so much. What is it? I've asked myself that question many a time, and I found that it's not an easy question to answer. I look into different things like, do I like to go hiking, or do I like to go fishing, or do I just like to relax and kick back? Or do I just like coming out and shooting video for you guys? I don't know. There's probably a bunch of different reasons of why I like to actually go out and go camping and go out in an RV. I think there's a small piece in all of us that shares something quite similar, and I've often wondered what that was. And I think that it's because that we just like to get out and do something different. Our ancestors were built on being able to get out and go hunting and find food and provide a living and farming and things like that. They weren't built back then to be able to just kind of stay inside and do what we're doing today, right? So I think there is a small part of us that has a piece of that left in them, and we really just want to get out and go do something. Now, I do believe that there are different reasons why all of us want to get out. Now, if it is getting out and enjoying a relaxing time, or going out on a hike and an adventure, or anything like that, then it's whatever reason that you want. We all share a same common inside need to get out, but our different reasons are unique in ourselves. So what is it? What are some of the things that I really like about going out on an RV? I think one of them has to be family. I really enjoy being out with the wife and the kids and just enjoying experiences while we're out there. We've been out and done a ton of things like fishing and camping and hiking and s'mores on the fire. That's awesome, right? It's just family time, spending time with the family outside of the norm, getting away from the day-to-day. To me, that's important, having that together. And I don't care how old I get or how old my kids get. I hope to hold on to that and keep that moving for years to come, to be able to share those experiences together. I would have to say that's probably one of the number one things that I really like about getting out with the RV. It's just spending time with them. Other things I think that I get out of going out on an RV is just the adventure side of it. The adventure side, to be able to go out and take pictures and see things and stuff like that. Kind of like these pictures right here. I mean, they're amazing. Just getting to be able to see that stuff. You never know, you might be able to get out there and just catch one of those once in a lifetime moment pictures or moments, and nobody else will ever get to see that, but you'll be able to share that with the world. And by doing things like this, it's just amazing. All right, so I can't throw to the side the fact that I do like to get some relaxed time. Pull out a chair or something like that and just sit back and relax, especially in the mornings. I don't know if y'all like this too or not, but I really like getting up in the morning, especially in the mountains. I love the mountains. I know a lot of y'all might like the beaches and things like that, but I love the mountains. But what I really like about it is there's a couple of places that we've been to before where we get up in the morning and you put on a cup of coffee, you take the dogs out and let them go to the bathroom, and then you just sit back in a chair right beside a river, a little small river in the mountains, with the fog coming around the valleys and just soaking all that in. I don't know about y'all, But to me, you can't get that from home. You get that from your RV, or you get that from camping. Those moments, I can't even, it's hard to put it in words what that is. All I can say is, I wouldn't trade that for nothing in the world. I think another thing that I really like about the RV is to be able to just change up our backyard. What do I mean by that? Let me turn this around real quick and show you guys what I'm talking about. So changing up your backyard. Now I don't get to see this kind of stuff every day. You know, my backyard is just grass with bald spots where our dog runs around all the time. I don't get to see that kind of stuff. But when we're out camping and we're traveling and stuff like that, we get to see a lot of times stuff like that all over the place, different kinds of ways. We get to see caverns and things like that. So what I mean by changing up our backyard, that means every time that we park our RV somewhere and we go to bed and we wake up the next morning and we open up our door, it's a brand new view. It's something that you don't see every day, right? You go out and your day-to-day runs into everything, right? The same front door, the same back door, the same day-to-day, same everything. And then you get in your RV and you go camping and you open up that door for the first time. If you get to the campground or campsite or something like that and you park, you get all set up, you have dinner or lunch or whatever time you get there, right? You get everything set up and you go to bed. It's a reset button, a reset to get you to the next day. And when you open that door for the first time and you got that new scene that you see, your new backyard gives you a new perspective of where you're at and what you're getting ready to do for those days. And having the ability to have that new backyard, how often you want to have that, something inside of me just says that, hey, that is something to strive for, that is something to shoot for. You're carrying your family with you, you're seeing new things, and you're changing your backyard. Like I said, I can't explain what that is and why it feels that way, but you know, having that new backyard is just amazing. So let's talk about bucket lists. What is a bucket list? Well, to me, it's a list of things that you would love to do eventually at some point in some time in your lifetime. Those things that you write down says, I'm gonna get to that one day. Well, that brings up a thought, right? What if you never get to those things, or you never get out there and do those things to get to those bucket list items? Some of mine are, I would like to jump out of a perfectly good airplane and skydive. I'd like to fulfill some of those adrenaline needs. I've never jumped off of a bridge and done bungee cording. That would be cool. I know that may not be for a lot of you, but it'd be something I'd like to do. But those are bucket list items. You know, if you don't get out there and do things to be able to fulfill those needs, you'll always be wishing and wondering, you know, when am I gonna ever get there? Or you may even just reach the end and say, you know, I never got to fulfill these things that I wanted to do. And because of that, you've missed out on things that your heart was set to do years ago. So yeah, having a bucket list is a good thing. But also having your RV, going camping and doing things like that, you know, affords an opportunity to be able to fulfill some of those, you know, bucket list items, those things that you want to do. And along the way, you're going to carry that bucket list with you. And that bucket, I guarantee you, it's going to fill up with new items that you want to put in that bucket to fulfill that list. So yeah, there's things that I would love to do that I haven't done yet. But if I didn't have the RV or the RV life or something like that, then I feel like I wouldn't have the opportunities to be able to get out and fulfill some of those things. So it is good to have a list. And yes, I have things on my list, and so does my family. And this way is a way for us to be able to provide an opportunity to be able to fulfill those. I also don't want to leave out something that's very important. The good Lord gave us all this to be able to get out and enjoy. Part of the RV life, or getting out and doing things, is just that. And I want to give God all the glory and all the praise for being able to give me stuff like this to be able to enjoy. If I didn't get out and see things and do things to be able to enjoy those moments, right, then I would be neglecting what He has given us to be able to get out here and enjoy ourselves. I really want to give all the thanks for that, because, I have my health, I have the ability to get up and walk and do things, and because of that, I'm able to get out there and see this stuff. And it's all too often that I take for granted those moments and those things. And I just wanted to give a special moment there just to say, I really enjoy that. And because of those opportunities and things out there that are like that, I don't want to miss out on what was given to me, was blessed to me, and yeah, I just don't want to miss that. To kind of sum up some of the things that I was talking about earlier about the gifts that God gives us, the things that we get to see and the moments that we don't want to miss. I was walking along a trail, and well, let me put this in the video so you can see it. So here's a butterfly. Yeah, he's minding his own business. But here's a butterfly with beautiful colors. And like I said before, with those once in a moment things, you'll miss those if you don't get out and go see those kind of things. So the RV life itself, why do I like it so much? It's moments like that. It's catching those once in a lifetime things, right? You'll never see that same butterfly again sitting on the same mound of whatever it was sitting on, ever. Nobody will ever get to see that. I'm getting to capture that right now for all of you to see, as well as myself. It's moments. It's little tiny moments in life. Those little things like that matter, that make changes, that fulfills our needs, that gets into our hearts and fills the voids of the emptiness of some of the things that we need to fulfill. Or, on the brighter side of things, it's those things that we look for, that we look forward to, that we get to be able to fulfill by seeing those things, right? Our hearts want to go and capture moments in our lives before it ends so that we could fulfill those needs. We know what we want. We know that we want to get out there and see those things, and we get out there and we do that, and it makes us happy. So yeah, we round it up. The things that God gives us and the things that we get to go see, we go do. We get out in our RVs, we get out in our campers, we go camping, we go and do those things that we want to do to make us happy. And getting little moments like that little butterfly, it's a moment that you'll never catch again. And yes, that made me happy. That's what it's all about. As we talk about RV life and camping and things like that, we tend to think that we all have the same thing. And we do. We have something in us that has a need. But all those needs are different. We're all unique in our own way. And there's typically 3 things that we do in order to fulfill those needs. One is chasing. So we know what we want. We know what we're going for. We know that we want to go sit on the beach and watch the waves crash in. Or we know that we want to wake up in the morning and we want to see the fog coming through the valleys of the mountains and the rivers. Those things we know. We're chasing those things. We know that we want that to fulfill whatever it is inside of us, and we're chasing those dreams. The other one is searching, right? So searching means that, we don't know what we want. We have a void inside of us or something that we need to fulfill those dreams, but we're not certain of what that is. So therefore, we're searching for it. We're going out and we're searching for what those needs are. Now, other times, we have the bucket list things, right? We're chasing some of those things that we want to do. And we're also, in the same time, searching because we're not completely fulfilling all the needs. So I think there's a common thing there to say that, there's a piece of us inside that needs to fulfill something inside of us. And by doing that, we're going to either chase something or we're going to search for something, or maybe we're going to mix a little bit of both, but we're going to do it in our own way. We're going to do it in our own very unique, distinctive way. And I think that's what we all share in common. You know, we are all explorers. We all want to fulfill a need, and we get in our RVs, we go camping, and we do that together or independently of each other to just fulfill something that we have inside of us that we need. So I think that's the commonality there. The commonality that we all have something that we need to search or chase, and we're going to do it. But I ask you, you know, if you're not moving right now, or if you're not doing anything right now, well, that's okay, because we don't really have a choice in that matter. But when it is time to start doing and moving, you know, get out there and start chasing or start searching for those things that you need to fulfill those voids. Get in your RV, grab a tent and go camping. Go do something. And while you're at it, you need to imagine what those things are. Imagine what you want and how you want to fulfill it. If you're okay with doing the search and just going out there trying to find the things that you want to do and fulfill, well, go do that. You know, if you already know what those things are and you're chasing them, go do that too. You know, but don't stop imagining the things that you want to do and giving up hope. Just go do them. So together, we can all imagine our own Odyssey. So as we wrap up the video here, imagine your Odyssey. And until the next time, God bless.